Imagine walking into a room and without saying a word, people quiet down and listen. Chairs angle toward you, eyes track you, decisions lean in your favor, and you haven't even opened your mouth. That's silent influence, the power to shape perception, emotion, and action purely through presence and nonverbal signals. We're told influence is about arguments, speeches, and perfect phrases. But research in psychology and neuroscience says otherwise. Most of the impact of a message is carried by how it's delivered, not the words themselves. Your posture, your gaze, your stillness, and even when you choose to say nothing, can carry more power than a paragraph of perfectly crafted dialogue. In this video, we're going to decode that hidden language. By the end, you'll know how to radiate calm authority, deepen trust, and guide outcomes, often more effectively than with words. Let's unlock the quiet power you've always had, but maybe never trained. Silent influence isn't mystical. It's a skill set. In the next 15 minutes, we'll break down the science and strategy of power without words, step by step with concrete behaviors you can start practicing today. We'll explore posture, eye contact, controlled stillness, timing, micro expressions, and the subtle frames that determine who leads and who follows in any interaction. If you care about leadership, negotiation, dating, public speaking, or simply being taken seriously, this applies directly to you. As you watch, notice which patterns you already use unconsciously and where you're unintentionally giving away power. If you enjoy deep dives like this, consider subscribing and tapping the notification bell so you don't miss the upcoming videos that build on these ideas. And stay with me until the end because I'll give you a short daily routine to train silent influence in under 10 minutes. For now, settle in, turn down distractions, and pay attention not just to what we say, but how influence really works. Let's start with the foundation, presence. Presence is the felt sense that you are fully here, grounded, not scattered. People unconsciously scan for it. When you're mentally elsewhere, your influence drops, even if your words are brilliant. Presence begins with your body. Plant your feet hip-width apart, feel the weight evenly distributed, unlock your knees. Imagine a string gently lifting the crown of your head, lengthening your spine without stiffness. Let your shoulders fall down and back naturally. Now, breathing. Slow, quiet, through the nose if possible. Extend your exhale slightly longer than your inhale. This signals calm to your nervous system, which radiates as calm to others. Before important interactions, meetings, difficult conversations, presentations, take 30 seconds to arrive in your body. Feel your feet, adjust your posture, breathe. Say nothing, just occupy the space. This silent reset often changes how people respond before a single word is spoken. Posture broadcasts status before you utter a sound, but we're not aiming for cartoonish power poses. We want sustainable, believable authority. The key idea is relaxed expansion. Imagine your body occupying just a little more space, without tension. Sit or stand with your chest open, not puffed, shoulders relaxed, not hunched, hands visible, not hidden. Avoid collapsing into your phone or chair, which signals submission or disengagement. In groups, subtly orient your torso toward the center of the action, not away from it. Angle your body so you can see everyone without craning. This says, I'm here, I'm engaged, and I'm not intimidated. Notice micro habits that leak insecurity. Fidgeting with objects, crossing arms tightly, turtling your neck forward. Each of these shrinks your perceived presence. Practice. Set a timer for 1 minute, stand or sit in relaxed expansion, breathing slowly. Say nothing. Just feel what it's like to inhabit quiet authority without forcing it. Eye contact is one of the most potent tools of silent influence and one of the most mishandled. Too little and you seem unsure or evasive. Too much and you become invasive or aggressive. Think of eye contact as soft focus with intent. When listening, give someone a steady, relaxed gaze about 60 to 70% of the time, occasionally glancing away to think, then returning. When speaking in a group, distribute your gaze. Land on one person for a full phrase, then smoothly move to another, rather than darting around. Avoid rapid blinking, frantic scanning of the room, or looking down as you end a sentence. All of these undercut your impact. Instead, Finish key points by holding eye contact for a beat of silence. Practice. In your next conversation, say less and watch more. Notice how people's posture and tone shift when you simply hold calm, kind eye contact. Often they'll reveal more and follow your lead without you asking. Stillness is underrated power. In high-pressure moments, most people speed up. They talk more, fidget, over-explain. Silent influencers do the opposite. They slow down and simplify. Physical stillness signals certainty. You don't need to freeze into a statue, but reduce unnecessary movement. Let your gestures be deliberate and minimal. A slow hand movement to emphasize a point, a slight nod to acknowledge understanding. Stillness also amplifies contrast. When you finally do move or speak, people feel the shift. Think of a calm judge in a courtroom. Even small gestures carry weight because they're rare. You can train this. Record yourself on video while explaining something simple for 1 minute. Watch it back with the sound off. Count how many movements are actually needed. Then repeat, cutting your movements in half while keeping your expression warm. In silence, stillness becomes your language of confidence. It tells the room, I'm not rushed, I'm not threatened, I choose my actions. Timing and pauses are where silence turns into influence. Most people treat silence as awkward space to be filled. Skilled communicators use it as punctuation. Before you respond to a question, especially a challenging one, pause for 1 or 2 seconds. Breathe, think, then speak. That tiny delay communicates that you're considering your answer, not reacting impulsively. Often the other person will soften their tone or even clarify their question during your silence. When you state something important, end with a pause. Let your words land. Maintain eye contact, neutral face, relaxed posture. This gives others time to absorb the message and signals that you stand by what you've said. In negotiations, silence after an offer is powerful. Most people rush to fill it with concessions. Train yourself to stay quiet, open, and curious. Let the other side reveal more information or adjust their position first. Used ethically, pauses can create fairness and clarity, not manipulation. Micro-expressions and facial neutrality are the subtle frontier of silent influence. Your face constantly broadcasts tiny emotional signals, often without your awareness. People may not consciously notice them, but they feel them. You don't need to become a poker player. You want congruence and control. First, relax your facial muscles. Unclench your jaw, soften your forehead, let your tongue rest. This neutral baseline reduces accidental signals of tension or contempt. From that baseline, choose expressions deliberately. A slight, genuine smile when greeting someone, a brief eyebrow raise to show interest, a slow head tilt when listening deeply. These micro-signals invite openness. Beware of eye-rolling, smirks, and micro-frowns when you disagree. They can derail trust instantly, even if your words are polite. Practice in the mirror. Say a neutral sentence while cycling through different subtle expressions and feel how each one changes the message without changing a word. Space and orientation, proxemics, quietly dictate power dynamics. Who moves toward whom? Who stays still? Who takes or yields space? These choices send strong, wordless messages. As a rule, don't rush into other people's space. Approach slowly, stop at a respectful distance, and let them close the gap if they're comfortable. This shows respect and control. In group settings, avoid shrinking into corners or hugging walls. Instead, choose a position with clear sightlines to everyone, near the center of the table, or where you can easily make eye contact with key people. Arriving a bit early lets you claim these spots calmly. When someone steps into your space, you have options. You can hold your ground with relaxed posture, signaling comfort. Or you can take a small step back while maintaining eye contact, which often de-escalates tension without surrendering authority. Notice how leaders move. They rarely rush, they choose positions intentionally, and others naturally adjust around them. Framing is the invisible story that decides who leads, and it's often set before anyone talks. Silent influence lets you establish a calm, confident frame early. Your frame is your underlying attitude. This is solvable. We're collaborators, or I need their approval. Others feel this before you phrase it. To project a strong frame, combine relaxed posture, steady breathing, and consistent, unhurried eye contact as you enter a space. For example, walking into a chaotic meeting, don't mirror the chaos. Move slightly slower than the room. Greet people with small nods or brief smiles. Organize your materials deliberately. Without a word, you're introducing a new tempo, and people will often sync to it. If conflict erupts, resist jumping into verbal battle. First, embody your frame. Sit back a little, unclench your hands, scan the group calmly. This nonverbal reset often lowers the emotional temperature, making your eventual words far more influential. Listening is one of the most persuasive forms of silent influence. When people feel deeply heard, they naturally become more open to your perspective, often without you needing to argue for it. Nonverbal listening cues matter more than verbal ones. Face the speaker with an open torso. Maintain soft eye contact. Nod occasionally, not like a bobblehead, but in small, timed acknowledgments. Use brief, quiet vocalizations if appropriate. I see. But let your body do most of the work. Avoid interrupting their flow with quick solutions or stories about yourself. Instead, hold space. Let silences stretch a bit after they finish. Many people will add crucial extra information in those moments, revealing what they truly care about. When they're done, pause, then summarize their key points in your own words. Even this can start with a silent nod and a breath. They'll feel understood, and your influence will rise, not because you dominated the conversation, but because you honored it. Let's apply silent influence to high stakes situations, job interviews, presentations, and tough conversations. In a job interview, your influence starts in the waiting area. Instead of slouching over your phone, sit upright, breathe slowly, review notes on paper. When called in, stand fully before walking, then match the interviewer's walking pace rather than rushing. Offer a calm greeting with eye contact and a measured smile. During presentations, don't launch into speech as soon as you reach the front. Stand in your spot, plant your feet, scan the room in silence for 2 seconds. This creates a shared moment of attention. Use deliberate gestures and hold occasional pauses after key points, rather than filling every second with words. In difficult conversations, keep your volume moderate, posture open, and hands visible. When emotions rise, consciously slow your breathing and allow a few seconds of silence before responding. Your calm body becomes the anchor the situation orbits around. None of this matters if it feels fake or manipulative. Silent influence is most powerful when it's aligned with your values and integrated into who you are. Start by asking, how do I want people to feel after interacting with me? Calmer, clearer, more respected. Let that intention guide your nonverbal choices. Influence then becomes service, not control. Second, accept that your nervous system drives a lot of your signals. If you're anxious, your body will show it. That's okay. Instead of forcing dominance, focus on regulating yourself. Sleep, breathing exercises, movement, and honest reflection. A regulated, kind person with basic nonverbal skills will out-influence a flashy manipulator over time. Finally, practice in low-stakes settings with baristas, friends, coworkers. Use daily life as a lab to test posture, pauses, eye contact, and stillness. The goal isn't to perform a role, it's to let your best self speak clearly, even when you're silent. Let's distill this into a few key takeaways you can remember and use. First, presence is the foundation. Grounded posture, slow breathing, and mental focus change how people feel around you before you speak. Second, posture and space. Practice relaxed expansion and intentional positioning. Sit or stand where you can see and be seen without crowding others. Third, eyes and face. Use steady, soft eye contact and a relaxed, neutral facial baseline, adding expressions deliberately instead of accidentally. Fourth, stillness and timing. Move less but with intention. Use short pauses before and after important statements, and don't rush to fill silence in negotiations or conflicts. Fifth, listening. Your quiet attention is often more persuasive than any argument. Let people finish, allow silence, then respond. If you remember nothing else, remember this: your body is always speaking. When you align your nonverbal signals with your best intentions, your silent influence becomes natural, ethical, and powerful. You now have a toolkit for influencing without saying a word: presence, posture, eye contact, stillness, timing, space, and deep listening. The real power comes from practice. Here's a simple daily routine. 1. 1 minute of relaxed expansion, standing or sitting, breathing slowly. 2. One conversation where you focus on eye contact and listening more than speaking. 3. One deliberate pause before responding to a question you'd normally answer quickly. Run that sequence every day for a week and watch how people subtly respond differently to you. If this breakdown of silent influence helped you, consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you'll catch future videos where we build on these skills with real-world scenarios and examples. Comment below with the area you want to master most: negotiations, dating, leadership, or something else, and I might turn it into a full episode. Until then, practice being the calmest, clearest presence in the room. Often, that quiet presence is what truly leads.